Being poor, I stole an old antique key from some dusty shop for my birthday. The key led me to Hogwarts University, a dark, eerie and yet elegant new reality that I cannot escape. My life was nothing special. Just a regular 16-year-old kid, scraping through life with a broke family and a mother trying her best to keep things together. My birthday was just around the corner, and I had no fancy plans or parties in sight. But little did I know, in 3 days, things would take a wild turn. See, my neighborhood crush wouldn't give me the time of day, and my family couldn't even afford the basic stuff. So, for my birthday, I thought, why not steal something nice for myself? I snagged an antique key from some dusty shop, thinking it'd make a cool present. Little did I know, that key had plans of its own. When I waved the key around like a magic wand, it activated a portal right in my room. I stumbled through, and the next thing I knew, I was in a place called Hogwarts University. Forget your typical rundown high school, this place was like magic on steroids, grand, enchanting, and wealthy. Now, I might not be the smartest kid, but I knew how to keep my head down. The students here were something else, though. Picture this, perfect white skin, chiseled jaws, eyes that could make angels jealous, and not a word escaping their lips. They were like walking mannequins, but I wasn't about to stick around and admire the view. Wandering around, I noticed this strange silence. Nobody spoke, just glided through the halls like ghosts. I tried to chat up one of them, thinking maybe they were mute or something. But the guy just stared at me with those perfect eyes, not a peep escaping his lips. Weird, right? Soon enough, I realized the bigwigs of this place, the council, had their eyes on me. Athletic gods with bodies screaming perfection, they were hell-bent on capturing me. Maybe I wasn't meant to be in their perfect little world. Hogwarts University was no normal school, magic seeped through its walls, both good and bad. Students opened doors with a flick of their fingers, portals appeared out of thin air, and objects danced to their whims. But it wasn't all fun and games. There were these magical beasts, straight out of nightmares. I'm talking giant griffins with wings that could blot out the sun. One of those monstrosities spotted me and decided I was its next meal. I ran like my life depended on it, because, well, it did. Parkouring through the school, dodging traps and evading the griffin's gaze, I realized this place had more than a few secrets. Magic, creepy students, and deadly creatures. I was just a regular kid caught in the crossfire of a supernatural mess. So, there I was, a broke teenager from a broken home, trying not to become the main course for a magical beast. And to think, all of this started with a stolen key and a desperate attempt to escape my miserable reality. Life's funny that way. So there I was, running for my life from a griffin that probably had me down as its afternoon snack. Luckily, I stumbled upon a student dressing room. Seizing the opportunity, I swiped a Hogwarts University uniform. The thing was a work of art, smooth, dark, with gold linings that made me feel like I'd stepped into a whole different world of elegance and magic. I couldn't help but be amazed by its creation. Clad in my stolen uniform, I continued wandering the halls, marveling at the mysteries and magic this place held. But my stealthy escapade came to an abrupt halt when a professor caught me in the act. The guy had eyes sharp enough to pierce through my soul. He started questioning my existence, and I, scared out of my mind, spilled the beans. To my surprise, the professor's eyes widened, and he motioned for me to follow him. We ended up in a secret chamber, where he tried to make sense of how I, a random teenager, had ended up at Hogwarts University. I answered truthfully, and instead of turning me over to the council, he dropped a bomb on me. I'm Thorfinn, a lecturer in mewing magic, he said. You can't go back. You're bound to this world for eternity. Crush doesn't even begin to describe how I felt. No more mom, no more neighborhood crush, just an eternity in a magical university. Thorfinn, though, wasn't all bad. He saw my desperation and decided to help me out. To avoid suspicion, he wanted me to become one of the students. I agreed without thinking twice, at least this way, I wouldn't end up as a griffin's lunch. Then the council, those thunderous athletic gods, burst into the chamber, demanding answers from Thorfinn. I hid under the bed as Thorfinn spun a tail to protect me. The council member raged, thunder echoing in his voice, but eventually left the chamber. I was terrified, but Thorfinn promised to keep me safe. In exchange for his protection, Thorfinn taught me the ropes of Hogwarts University. He gave me a basic spell to move objects around, a starter pack for mewing magic. I soaked up every bit of knowledge like a sponge, amazed at the wonders this world had to offer. Curiosity getting the best of me, I asked Thorfinn about the quiet students. He explained that they were mewing, gathering magic inside them, rendering them unable to speak at all costs. It was like living in a world where everyone whispered in silence. I stayed in Thorfinn's chambers, soaking up magical wisdom, until I was deemed ready for my first lessons in an actual classroom. Little did I know, my journey in Hogwarts University was just beginning, and I was about to dive headfirst into the weird, wonderful, and often terrifying world of mewing magic. After 3 intense days of absorbing magical knowledge from Thorfinn, he decided I was ready for my first real classroom experience. Little did I know, entering the world of the classroom known as Dark 555 was like stepping into a realm of strange and strict rules. Thorfinn sat me down and laid out the laws of the class. You cannot speak in class until you are asked to do so. You must always face forward, never let your gaze stray. Or else the lecturer will punish you. Keep your body sitting straight at all times, or else some magical energy will force your body to do so in a painful manner. Keep silent at all times. Keep mewing at all times during class. I couldn't help but think this was a bit much, unfair and strict. Thorfinn, however, assured me I'd get used to it. Easy for him to say. As we roamed the labyrinthine halls, a large bell echoed through the school, and Thorfinn guided me to Dark 555. The name made me uneasy, but Thorfinn brushed off my concerns. The moment we entered, angelic eyes fixed on me, sending shivers down my spine. Vinny, the black mewing witch, introduced herself as the lecturer. She accepted me as her student with a delight that caught me off guard. I settled into an empty seat, trying to follow every rule laid out by Thorfinn. Vinny commenced her lecture on the essence of mewing magic and its origins. The rules felt like a straitjacket, but I managed to keep my cool, determined not to break any. However, I couldn't shake the eerie feeling from my left. It was as if a colossal, dark creature stared at me, a predator ready to pounce. My anxiety spiked, and I sweated bullets, doing my best to ignore it. Vinny's questions came next, and I fumbled, answering incorrectly. Disappointment edged her face as she scolded me to pay more attention. The dark and mysterious activities around me intensified, but Vinny seemed oblivious or chose to ignore them. The 2-hour session felt like an eternity, each passing minute a battle against the strange forces at play. I loathed the feeling but did my best to remain calm and focused, absorbing every bit of information Vinny threw at me. As the class concluded, I couldn't shake off the ominous presence that had haunted me. Little did I know, my journey into the depths of Hogwarts University had only just begun, with each lesson unfolding more mysteries and challenges, testing my resolve to survive in this enchanting yet perilous realm. The day at Hogwarts University continued, and as the bell tolled for each class, I navigated the magical maze of corridors with Thorfinn as my guide. Each classroom had its own peculiarities, but none quite like Dark 555. Class after class, I adhered to the stringent rules: no speaking, eyes forward, body perfectly straight, and constant mewing. I felt like a puppet in a macabre theater, trying to balance on the thin line between obedience and the unknown. Vinny, the black mewing witch, led me through lessons on the intricacies of mewing magic. The dark and eerie gaze from my left persisted, growing more intense as the day progressed. It was like an invisible force, prodding and probing, testing my resilience. The mysterious activities around me became a constant background hum. Whispers of enchantments and the rustle of unseen entities surrounded me. At times, I swore I saw shadows dance in the corners of my vision, but whenever I turned to look, there was nothing but the stark classroom walls. The lectures delved deeper into the essence of mewing magic, its origins, and the intricate spells that shape the foundations of this strange world. Vinny, despite her stern demeanor, displayed a profound knowledge of the craft, and as she spoke, I couldn't help but be captivated by the dark allure of the subject. With each passing class, the pressure of the rules and the mysterious presence weighed on me. I faced challenging questions, some of which I fumbled, earning disapproving looks from Vinny. The disappointment in her eyes pushed me to strive harder, to grasp the enigmatic world of mewing magic. As the day progressed, I found myself growing more accustomed to the peculiarities of Hogwarts University. The once alien surroundings became a twisted second home, and the strange rules that bound me began to feel like a bizarre routine. Thorfinn's reassurance echoed in my mind, urging me to adapt. Yet, the sense of foreboding never left. The dark and eerie gaze, the whispers, and the unseen activities persisted, heightening the surreal atmosphere of the university. It was a world of paradoxes, beauty intertwined with danger, magic blended with mystery. The final bell resonated through the halls, signaling the end of my first day. I left Dark 555 with a mix of relief and anticipation. Thorfinn guided me back to his chambers, where he reassured me that I was progressing well, despite the challenges. The mysteries of Hogwarts University unfolded before me, and with each lecture, I delved deeper into the shadows that cloak this magical realm. As I lay in my borrowed bed, contemplating the events of the day, I couldn't shake the feeling that this strange journey was just beginning, and the secrets of the university were far from revealed.